Hi everyone, I am Chad Reed, and I'm on the marketing team here at JotForm. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Danielle and St. Thomas University for allowing us to briefly talk about our company. What I'm here today to show you is an easier way to collect and store your valuable information, whether it's applications, event attendee information, survey results, and much more. So what is JotForm? In short, it's the easiest way to make online forms. We offer a drag and drop form builder that you can use to quickly create online forms and then publish them straight to the web. The best part? No coding is required, so you won't need to bug your IT or technical departments to create online forms anymore. Honestly, collecting information doesn't get much easier than this, and it's a far more organized way of collecting form submissions than using outdated methods like PDF forms or Microsoft Word forms. First, some quick background. JotForm has been helping users create online forms since 2006, and today we have over 2.3 million registered users around the world. We're also available in 18 different languages. So there's a good chance you've actually filled out a JotForm form before, but you might not have even realized. The great thing about JotForm is its versatility. Regardless of the type of information that you need to collect, you can do it easily with JotForm and then have all of your department's information securely stored in the same place online. So with that said, let's take a look at a few of the popular ways researchers are using JotForm. I'm going to start by showing everyone an event registration form that I whipped up. Whether you're organizing a conference like this one, a luncheon, workshop, or even an alumni event, it's handy to have a simplified way to collect attendee information. One terrific feature about JotForm is the ability to create forms with custom branding. As you can see, right at the top we've included a logo and matched the background color of the form to be the same color scheme. So whatever your brand is, you'll be able to make an online form that matches it. I'm going to fill this form out just so you can see the full process. Now at the bottom here is what I'm really excited to show you. Imagine you're hosting an event in which students are admitted for free, but the general public or fellow employees would need to pay a registration or ticketing fee. JotForm has a feature for conditional logic, where selecting a certain answer on a form field triggers additional questions on the form. It can be used in a variety of manners, but for now you can see where if I select that I'm not a student, I'm prompted with an additional field to pay for a ticket. Oh, and by the way, you can process payments right from the forms you create with JotForm because we have integration partnerships with major payment gateways like PayPal, Stripe, Square, Authorize.net, and several others. We're also PCI compliant, so it's really one of the easiest and most secure ways to collect money online. In this case, we're charging money for a ticket, but you could just as easily use it for online donations or processing application fees. For our purposes, I'll say that I'm a student, and I will go ahead and submit the response. Note that the thank you page is also completely customizable. This is usually a good place to confirm to the form responder that you've received their form submission and even give a few follow-up details. Alright, now let's take a look how the responses look in the JotForm dashboard. From your My Forms dashboard, you can see all the forms you're using as well as view your submissions. Just click on the Inbox option next to your chosen form or find the View Submissions option in the drop-down to the right. As you can see here, responses show up in a clean, easy-to-read format with each response to individual form fields next to the corresponding questions. Where the real magic happens, though, is in the form builder itself, where you can create and edit forms. To get there, just click on Edit Form. Our form builder is the tool that lets you create and publish your online forms. For the most part, all the fields that you'll need on your form can be found on the left panel here. The quick fields at the top are some of the most common fields typically used, like name, heading, phone number, and email address, all pretty common stuff. Below that we have basic fields, which is where you'll pull from if you're creating a custom text field, a drop-down menu, or even a form image, like the one shown in this form. And below that are survey fields. In just a minute, I'll show you an example of a survey made with JotForm. This is typically a great place to start if you're creating your first survey. It's all very easy to implement, and it's really user-friendly as well for your respondents, especially the matrix and rating systems. Now, the next one is a good one. As you saw used on this demo form, you can collect payment using a JotForm form. The way we're able to offer that is through payment integrations with some of the top gateways, and you can see them all listed here under payment fields. You'll need an account with a payment processor to use it, but setting it up through JotForm is incredibly simple. Just drag your payment processor choice into the builder and then log in through JotForm. With this form, I chose to set up my Square account, and you can see in our payment wizard what you're able to do with this integration. For this form's event ticket, you can customize price, choose the maximum number someone is allowed to purchase, set the price and what you're wanting to call the product that you're selling, and you can even add an image to correspond with what you're selling. Now, you could just as easily set up a payment field on a donation form as well. To do that, you would just select Collect Donations as a payment type option. Really, for whatever use you need to collect payments online, JotForm is very handy. Finally, at the bottom under More Fields, you have the option of including any of our 380 plus widgets to your form. Essentially, widgets are add-ons that enhance your form with analytic features, text editors, video, audio, maps, file uploads, and much more. JotForm actually has a whole team dedicated to creating and maintaining widgets, and they really do add a lot of character to your form. All right, let's take a peek at another form example. I wanted to show you an example of a grant application using JotForm. JotForm really has limitless possibilities for grant applications, and again, you can create them entirely by yourself without the help of your organization's technical team. This form example is probably a little bit shorter than your typical grant application, but you certainly get the idea. It's also easy to add blocks of text in your form if you require longer instructions like this one. I also wanted to draw your attention to the bottom. Collecting signatures through your online form is a really painless process, which makes using JotForm very popular for this type of form. Just to give you an idea how it looks, I'll go ahead and sign this form and then submit the responses. When we go back to the My Forms dashboard, we can see our new form submission. And here's how the electronic signature shows up in your JotForm inbox. Where this also can show up is in notification emails. Your JotForm account will send you notifications by default when someone submits a form, but it can also send autoresponder emails to the person submitting the form as well. In this case, since I just used my email account when submitting the form, I can show you how the autoresponder email will look in the form responder's inbox. For something like a grant application, it could essentially send the form submitter a confirmation that the application was received and even show the signature used in the form. To customize your emails, just click on the Email tab at the top of the form builder. It'll then ask you whether you want to customize a notification email that you'll get when someone submits a form, or an autoresponder email that the respondent will receive. We actually just recently released a new feature where you can attach a file to autoresponder emails. Something like this could come in handy if you ever wanted event attendees to have a ticket in hand when they arrive to your event. The last form I wanted to show you is a survey made with JotForm. These are crucial forms for understanding behavior and opinions, and it's helpful to have an easy and reliable method for creating them. A minute ago, you saw some of the survey form fields on the left panel in the form builder. Now we get to see how it performs. Now there are a few main reasons why researchers use JotForm, and I think a major one is our integration with Google Sheets. With this integration, all of the fields on your form are automatically migrated into a new spreadsheet, and the responses automatically appear under new field columns. So watch what happens after I submit the information in this form. The responses populate in an integrated spreadsheet in real time, making it easy to share the information with colleagues even as more forms are submitted. It also makes for an easy way to sort through the information. Quite honestly, this has come in handy for just about every survey I've ever made with JotForm. This is also one of our most popular integrations because it makes the data so shareable and sortable. JotForm isn't short on advanced features, and that's something that really sets us apart. 3 features I'd like to quickly show you are JotForm's Form Designer, our Form Analytics tool, and our dozens of integrations. Possibly the trademark JotForm feature is our Advanced Form Theme Designer. It's one thing to be able to create your forms, but something entirely else to make them look gorgeous. We allow users to do this with a point-and-click Form Theme Designer, which allows you to customize fonts, create styling, add background images, and a whole lot more. And like the form builder itself, it doesn't require you knowing how to code. This is a feature we rolled out 2 years ago, and it's really taken off with our users ever since. This is the simplest way to make design form themes anywhere on the web. This is a feature that we keep separate from the form builder itself, because we view design customization to be a different process than the form building. The designer is all about aesthetics. JotForm templates are a great place to get started making your first forms, by the way. We have over 8,000 of them, and they're really easy to customize and edit. For now, let's start with a basic registration form. As you can see, when I select Preview, that the form itself is functional, but not designed in any way. But if we select Design at the top of the form builder, you immediately have some options to spruce up the form a bit. I found that the color schemes at the top are helpful, but you can go much further by selecting Advanced Designer at the bottom. That takes you to a new page with more options. I'm always amazed by how some of our users' forms turn out using this. You can see on the right here where you're able to customize your color scheme, add any sort of cover or background imagery to your form, change the layout, or change fonts. And once you save your form, you can also preview how it looks on multiple devices. One awesome thing about JotForm is the forms you make are responsive and will still look amazing on mobile phones and tablets. And the more functional forms appear on different device types, the more likely they are to be filled out. And one last thing about form design. We have a really robust theme store where users have uploaded their own themes they've created using the form designer. Most are available for free, and there's some really impressive and stunning form designs there. The next feature you'll see today is Form Analytics. Essentially, if you're looking for a simple, clean way to look at your form's conversion data, we have a really handy analytics tool for that. Here's the Form Analytics dashboard. The first thing we'll need to do is select one of our forms from the drop-down above. So what we end up with is a detailed picture about when our responses were submitted, how many people looked at the form, and our total responses and conversion rates over a given time. You can also dive into the locations where people submitted form responses and which devices they used. This feature is the best way to make adjustments to your form. It's not always intuitive that your form might not be performing well, but if you see that hundreds of people are viewing your form and you're not getting the responses you need, it's a good time to make adjustments. Or, if you're just into numbers and charts like I am, it's also pretty great. The last thing I wanted to show everyone is JotForm's collection of integrations. JotForm connects with tons of helpful third-party apps to send the data that you collect to email marketing services, cloud storage solutions like Box and Dropbox, CRM tools, and obviously the payment providers we saw a little earlier. JotForm offers more integrations than any other online form platform around, and we're constantly adding new and exciting partners to this list. Okay, so what does this all cost? Well, not very much. For most use cases, JotForm is a completely free product. We do have pricing tiers set up based on usage, like the number of forms and the number of monthly submissions, and those prices range from $19 to $99 a month USD. That said, we offer a generous education and nonprofit discount of 50%. We really want universities and researchers like yourselves to be able to use us fully, and that's why we offer that. And we don't charge extra for any of the features or add-ons I showed you today either. Those are available to all JotForm users for free. Okay, so that's it for me. Thank you everyone for watching this demo and for letting me talk today. If you're interested in signing up for JotForm, visit our website at www.jotform.com, or if you want to learn about how educators are using JotForm, visit www.jotform.com/education. Lastly, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to shoot me a note at chad@jotform.com or give me a ring at work at 415-317-0927. All right, enjoy the rest of your conference, and thank you again.